All right, so I was originally going to make this video about, of course, GameStop and AMC, mostly GameStop because, as you guys know, it's literally on the news because it's doing a whole bunch of crazy things, right? But then Robinhood came along and the whole trajectory of the video got turned upside down. So I am going to talk about the GameStop stock and literally what is going on, because if you're still somebody who's like, what is happening? Do I buy the stock or not? You're going to want to watch this. Let's talk about what shorting a stock means, what caused GameStop to reach these highs that it reached, and what has subsequently caused this absolute drop of the stock seemingly overnight. Okay, let's get into if you guys should still buy it or not, right? Because some people are still thinking, okay, where should I go with this? So stick around for all that and more. It's Crystal with the Cash Compass. All right, welcome back. I am here to teach you all the things that you should have learned in school about money, but for whatever reason, they forgot to mention it. If you love all things personal finance, economics, and the government, please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. We talk about that all the time, all right? Let's get into it. All right, so I want to come at you guys with straight facts and keep it cute, because this can get really complicated really quickly. So what happened was Wall Street was temporarily getting their butts handed to them, okay? We were sticking it to the man for once and for all, because the institutional investors, which are really the big guys, not your average mom and pop Robinhood investors, but literally people who do this for a living, okay? They thought they had an opportunity and they were shorting GameStop, okay? Then you throw in Reddit into the mix, and the little people decided to buy up this stock, which is extreme, driving up the price dramatically. And when you short a stock, what basically happens is, let's say it's me and it's you, right? We are both within this brokerage, okay? So this place that's pretty much keeping our stocks. Let's just kind of keep it simple. I think GameStop is going to go down, right? Like, let's say we started off the year, I think GameStop was at like $18 or something, right? And then it got to $40. So if I saw that jump, I'm like, oh no, this is definitely overvalued. It's not going to stay that high. So I'm going to just borrow your stock. Thank you. You have no clue this is going on. I'm going to just borrow your stock from you, sell it at the $40 mark, and then buy it back sometime in the future when the price goes down. Hopefully it goes down, okay? So to put this in real perspective, that's what Wall Street was doing, the big guys, okay? They thought that this was an opportunity to short this stock because they felt like it was too overvalued or whatever they thought, okay? So they borrowed the stock at the $40 and they subsequently sold it off, right? And then they were hoping to get back into the market when it dropped back down to like, $15 or something like that. And then they would make that profit, right? Because if you sell it at 40, you still have to give that stock back to the person who you borrowed it from, right? Like if I borrowed it from you, I still need to give you back a stock, but I'm hoping to buy it at a lower price. That way I can pocket that difference. So if I sell it at 40 and I buy it back at 20, that $20 is mine. So that sounds great, and that will work really well until it doesn't, and that's exactly what Wall Street saw, because all these smaller people were purchasing the stock. And what happens is when you're buying a stock, is a lot more demand for the stock, that pushes the price up. So that's not what they wanted to see, right? Because if they bought it at 40 and I was at 100, that's a bad day, right? Because now you have to replace what you thought was going to originally drop down to $20. You have to actually pay $100 for that, right? So then what happens is they have margin calls. People are panicking because obviously this is a huge gamble. And when you gamble like that and you see the price shooting up through the roof, most people tend to panic, okay? Or most brokerage houses are saying, give me my money back, all right? So we have to make up this money. So what happens is Wall Street is panicking, okay? So they're trying to buy this stock up, but so is everybody and their mama. So the price is literally going through the roof. And there was a couple of instances where they had to actually stop trading because it was just way too volatile. That's normal. That always happens on the way up or on the way down. They have certain limits, okay? But the average investor said, you know what? I'm going to buy these stocks and I'm going to hold them. We're not going to sell them. And what happens when there's less supply? That also drives the price up, right? Because these institutional buyers, these institutional investors who are really trying to buy the stock up, they cannot get anybody to sell them, basically, right? Because everybody's like, buy and hold, jack this price up, baby. So then that causes a panic. Then in comes Robinhood, okay? Robinhood basically blocked people from buying the stock. You could sell the stock all you wanted to, but you could not buy. And I believe Webull did the same exact thing. If that is not market manipulation, if that is not trying to favor the rich, I literally don't know what is. And it's actually bizarre that they can actually do this and we can't do anything about it. What happened to the free market? Where is that? By Robinhood forbidding people to actually purchase the stock, the price is going to go down, which is exactly why you saw this dramatic drop, because all you could do is sell the stock. And if there's a whole bunch of people trying to sell the same thing, well, guess what? The price is going to go lower and lower and lower because you have too much people all trying to get rid of it. So it's the exact opposite of what was happening maybe yesterday or a couple of days ago, where the price was shooting up because everybody was trying to get their hands on it. So there was a lot more people chasing the same amount of stock, so that drove the price up. But now Robinhood basically put a pause on that and said, no, you're only going to be selling today, and they're going to probably resume it tomorrow, which is when I'll be releasing this video. So they'll resume it on Friday, and you could, buy limited amounts. That's manipulation, okay? If you're in a truly free market, and these billionaires or these big time people, they made a mistake and they bet the wrong way, they should suffer. You made a wrong choice, you made a wrong bet, and now you have to pay the price. Like, the fact that they actually have, and obviously I don't know why Robinhood did this or why Weibo did this. They did it on a couple of stocks. So it was AMC, it was Gamestop, a couple, I think Bed Bath & Beyond. There was a few of these that they kind of said you're not going to be able to purchase any more of these. So that gives the investors, the big time, the Wall Street dogs, time to kind of like recuperate, right? Because now it's like, all right, before I go back to my original example, if I sold the stock at $40, and I think GameStop got as high as $450, right? So you're like, okay, if I sold it at 40 and now it's 450, that's a huge L, okay? But if you have Robinhood who's like, don't worry about it, I got you. We're not gonna let anybody else buy this stock. The price plummets, and now these institutional investors can get a breather, because I think the stock is priced is now at like $197, okay? So a dramatic, extremely volatile week for GameStop for sure. But that is not fair, okay? Because when we take losses, we just take the losses. We don't have many things subsidizing us, but these big governments, these corporations, these institutional investors, time after time, they get some sort of stimulus, some sort of bailout, some sort of, I don't know, Robinhood going against the average person, not letting them trade. I literally don't understand that. What they should have done is try to hedge, which is kind of protect themselves from certain losses. When you short a stock, baby, you can take an infinite amount of losses. If you were to just purchase the stock, let's say you didn't short it. Let's just say you purchased the stock for like $40 and it goes to zero. Big whoop, you lost $40, okay? Like, that's it. Your losses are limited to what you actually put in. When you short a stock and you take that kind of gamble, the losses are infinite, and these institutional investors, they know that. Okay, so they could have done like a put option or a call option, which is what I was going to go into in this video originally, but I just think I can get down a huge rabbit hole if I just keep on talking about like the minutia. So I don't want to get into all of that, but there are certain things that these companies can do to protect themselves against things like this, as opposed to just cutting off free market capitalism and saying, hey, guess what? You guys cannot sell anymore because we need to kind of catch a break, and we need to make sure we don't lose as much money, because they were going to lose billions of dollars if they didn't already. I believe it was like something like 30 billion or some crazy number, okay? Let them lose. When you make bad decisions, you should pay for them. I don't think it's fair that we have to pay for our bad decisions, right? We barely get salvation or anything unless you're like dead broke. You don't really get a handout. But these big tough guys with all their money, well, they're not tough, but they're financially tough, right? Because they got a lot of money and they can call the shots. And then the average investor who was actually sticking it to the man, once again, gets smacked in the face, right? That's not right to me. But I do want to hear what you guys think. This is like a relatively quick video. How do you guys think about Robinhood's actions? Do you think that was warranted? Should they have just let those people lose billions of dollars? I personally do. If you couldn't tell, like, I'm super biased, clearly. But I just think that we need the markets to be truly free. I don't think it's fair that they get a whole bunch of our tax dollars when they make mistakes. They get apps to literally prevent people from trading, which is what the app is created for. Like, Robinhood, square up, all right? Like, I'm tired of them. This is like the third straw, I think, because they had something going on in 2020 also. So I'm overall just super confused. I don't like it. Talk to me though. Let me know what you guys think about this. I want to hear from you. Oh wait, and before I go, as far as if you guys should buy the stocks or not, I personally think the party is over because of Robinhood's actions. They are limiting what should be a free market and telling you what you can and cannot do with your money. It is their app to play devil's advocate, so I guess they can do whatever they want. But if you created this app on the basis of let people trade and then you're not letting them trade, I don't know, delete the whole app. Like I've been done Robinhood, honestly, but at any rate, I personally think the party's over, but who knows? You have to do what you're comfortable with. Like, I obviously cannot give you any specific advice. This is a financial channel, but I am not your financial advisor. Do your own due diligence, do your own research. But I personally think the party's over. I think you should have rolled that train a little bit earlier. Of course, I could be totally wrong too. But because of Robinhood's actions, that's really motivating me to say maybe just kind of wait for the things to cool off and see what happens. If they're going to continue having these restrictions on people, then yeah, it's going to be a no deal. But anyways, now let me know what you guys think. But that will do it. If you like this video, then please be sure to like this video and share it with your friends. And if you have anything else going on, you know what to do. Go ahead and binge watch me. And until next time, keep your money up.